So my story starting out when I was younger was I couldn't live a normal life because I suffered with terrible social anxiety, self-doubt, paranoia. I was a really nervous person. Most of this contributed from being bullied at school and being bullied around my area, and then developing a lot of shame, a lot of self-hatred, low self-esteem, and a terrifying fear of being hurt emotionally. So for like the first 15 years of my life, I couldn't really do normal things that most people could do. I couldn't really go out of my mum's shopping and feel relaxed. I'd be paranoid if we went out in shopping centres that people were looking at me and they were judging me and they were thinking bad things about me and they were making fun of me or laughing at me, or they could see all my issues. And obviously these things were patterns that I experienced at school that were just following me everywhere. Now, I couldn't really speak to girls, couldn't get a girlfriend, or if a girl did show interest, I just couldn't handle that social pressure. I couldn't travel. I'd get invited a lot with family or to new countries to go France or go Ireland on school trips, and I would always back out. I couldn't go to job interviews. I just really couldn't do much outside of my comfort zone. I lived in a very limited comfort zone because I was just so frightened of being out of control, and I was always afraid of feeling that I'm going to be caught out. You know, people are going to catch me out for being so nervous and so insecure, and I just couldn't really handle the demons that I was dealing with. So for so many years of my life, I didn't get to show my personality. There were lots of things that I missed out on, despite having a good childhood through all this difficult time. And it got to a point where I just got so sick and tired of being depressed and having panic attacks and not liking myself and being down all the time and always feeling like a failure and a loser. That feeling, I just thought, you know what, I've got nothing to lose. I don't care anymore if people don't like me, if they bully me, if they make fun of me, if I get hurt. Anything's better than staying the way I am, which is like I'm living in a flat in Fulham Broad. It's a nice area, it's a small flat. I'm coming out to get food, I'm running back in. I'm sick of running and hiding. Why am I being so ashamed? You know, no one else is really saying this to me, but I feel like this myself because a couple of people have bullied me growing up, and I wasn't able to focus on all the positive people that I met, all the good friends, all the love, all of the positive things. I was so negative. I couldn't control my own mind. I didn't have any emotional stability, and I had a lot of goals and dreams. I wanted to do boxing, I wanted to get a girlfriend, I wanted to go to university, I wanted to get a good job, I wanted to travel, I wanted to try things like acting, I wanted to do sports. I had all these goals and aspirations, but I wouldn't even try. I wouldn't even try and just see what happened, because in my mind, I was emotionally terrified. Despite being quite physically a strong young man, emotionally I was so brittle and fragile and vulnerable. And it just got to a point, as I said, where I was starting to have suicidal thoughts, which wasn't good. And I just started to pray, please God help me. Please, I don't want to be like this anymore. I can't take it. Every day feels like Groundhog Day. I was frightened of going to sleep because I knew that I'd wake up to panic attacks, anxiety attacks, diarrhea, restlessness, nervousness, paranoia. I was nervous about going into the shop. I didn't want to look people in the eye because I thought if they look me in the eye, they're going to see I'm nervous, I'm awkward. I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. I don't want to make them think I'm weird. I just couldn't take it anymore. And I listened to a message from a man called Les Brown, and his story made me cry, and it motivated me. And I made a decision. I didn't write on paper to begin with, but I knew in my heart what I had to do. And I acted on the motivation that he gave me, the inspiration, the encouragement. And I slowly but surely went out and I started to face every area where I was socially frightened and I was afraid. The first area that I can remember was going out in public. I started to do long walks in Chelsea, Sloane Square, and then around West End on my own, just to get more comfortable in public places. I had to basically practice walking out in the street and not squirming inside my body when everyone would walk by me, just past the people that never knew me. They wouldn't have been thinking that. I had to get past that paranoia, and that gave me a little bit of relaxation. The next step for me was, you know, just learning to go into shops and slow down and buy some groceries. That helped, but it still wasn't enough. I knew in my heart, this is not going to make me happy. I really wanted to train and do weightlifting, follow a hero, Bruce Lee, and my dad was my hero growing up. And I wanted to, you know, get in shape and feel strong and have more confidence. So I eventually did that. It was hard for me first going in the gym because I was paranoid. I thought the guys might start bullying me, laughing at me, and I was kind of angry and anticipating that they're going to start on me and I'm going to react, and I didn't want trouble. And the more I went to the gym, the more better I felt, the more confident. I made friends, got a bit more confidence. Then I decided I really want to do boxing. I was so scared to do boxing, so nervous first walking in, but I did it. I actually met a friend down a weightlifting gym who was older than me, who was an ex-boxer, seemed to like me as a person. He helped me a little bit, mentored me, and he brought me down to his amateur boxing gym, Fitzroy Lodge, and those guys, they saved my life at a time where my life was going to go off track. You know, I was slowly getting involved in crime, drugs, getting into fights, and going boxing stopped me from going down that path, thank God. And boxing gave me a lot of confidence, more confidence now than I ever realised, because I did the sparring. It got me out of my shell. It got me out of that place of being just too self-conscious, too self-absorbed, too worried about what people thought. And the training, the physical training, the sparring, the discipline, you know, going there regularly, that sense of community and family, it gave me more confidence. You know, I felt like I'm making my dad proud. I felt more confident around my family. Then going boxing gave me the confidence to start, you know, dating, because I was so frightened of women. I was such a shy guy. I was so nervous, so awkward, couldn't really look girls in their eye. I found it really difficult to show my emotions and show my personality. It was almost impossible for me to be vulnerable. Obviously, unless it was like family, close friends, I could do it. But with new people, it was like I just couldn't do it. I just freeze up, get paralyzed of fear, and just feel humiliated and embarrassed. So I went on a lot of dates to get some confidence, eventually got more confident, eventually dream came true, got a girlfriend. And then my next fears were, I still had a lot of other fears when I had my girlfriend, was to start my own business, start teaching, doing public speaking, making money, not being afraid of money, selling. I did all that. I had other fears which were traveling, eventually did all that. So my life, if you can hear it, was someone that was very frightened because of being bullied at school and being ashamed and having some mental health challenges and depression, and then listening to this motivational message from Les Brown, taking massive action. And the more I did it, over time I got used to it, and I started to enjoy being around people. And when I look back now, that's why I love it when I can work with clients who suffer with some anxiety and paranoia, because I know what they're going through, and I'm really confident if they're committed, I can help them to overcome it, because I overcame it. So I overcame all that paranoia, and eventually it all stopped. I just felt relaxed, and I've still continued to develop myself as a person. I've been coaching now for almost 11 years. So you can overcome these fears and anxieties if you're really committed to facing your fears, and you don't have to do exactly what I'd done, but I don't think it would hurt you. So public speaking, the gym, boxing, going on dates, going to job interviews, going to seminars, taking courses, learning, traveling, going to new places, being more open, trusting people again. It developed my confidence. All this was a confidence building process, and I learned a lot of different skills, business skills, life skills, social skills, relationship skills, so many things that I learned. And that's why now I replicate this in my 1-year program for clients that are committed to overcoming social anxiety, low self-esteem, anxiety, building confidence, and achieving their goals and living a successful life. So anyone can do it, and I love sharing my story, because I remember days where I just didn't believe in myself, and I used to hear successful people sharing their stories, and I used to think that's great for them, and the people but that ain't going to work for me, I'm not good enough. But I didn't realize I am good enough. I had to work hard, develop myself, not give up when things got hard, not take criticism personally, but be transformed by criticism from other people rather than broken down and discouraged. Use it as motivation, follow my values, follow my heart, work hard, humble myself, enjoy life, and then just see what happens. And my whole life transformed. And I'm, you know, obviously at the core, I like the person I am, but I'm completely different to what I was 15 years ago. I've traveled to new places, built a successful business, met so many nice people, done things that I just couldn't do. I couldn't go restaurants on my own before. I couldn't go cinema. So it's really nice to see. For me, it's not just about making money or making an impact, which is what I love doing, helping people. It's just appreciating that you've got the confidence to do all these things on your own that you couldn't do. I couldn't go cinema on my own. I couldn't book tickets. I couldn't go into a gym. I couldn't just walk into a clothes shop and say, hey, oh, I like that. Can I try that on? I couldn't engage with people. I was too scared about getting awkward. So, you know, it's just the best feeling in the world when you've come from a bad place and you didn't ever believe you could change, and you've been beaten down and you can turn it around. And then it's easy to let go of resentment or a hate or bad feelings towards people that bully you. You can understand that people go through things, they make mistakes. Forgive, we all make mistakes, move on and let it transform you. So that's how I overcame social anxiety and changed my life. And you guys can do the same. If you'd love to learn more, you can inquire about my 1-year program for overcoming social anxiety and transforming your life. So if you want to inquire about the 1-year program, let me know in the box below. I'll get back to you on email, or we'll have a Zoom call to see if you're right for the program. I only coach people that are committed. And as always, if you're getting value from these videos and you're enjoying it, it's giving you motivation, confidence and insight and inspiration, let me know in the box below. Subscribe to my channel. I make videos regularly. This is my passion. I love doing this. I love motivating people that don't believe in themselves, that lack confidence, have anxiety, to build confidence and build that belief and live a better life, do the things that they want to do and be the person that they want to be, all right? So thank you for supporting the channel and me, and I'll speak to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.